Guys, just a very brief video, I promise. I always have questions when I run over this exercise, so I just wanted to explain the bean budget a little bit to you. Just take the first one. The first one is all about housing. So I'm giving you all these scenarios. Ignore the first few pages, but you're going to look at these scenarios under each circumstance for what you are doing now, or you can use it as a hypothetical and say, choice A, do you live rent-free with relatives? Basically, do you live with mom and dad? If you live with mom and dad, you use no beans, so you can put that as 0. If you have public housing, these are my awful depictions, I'm not creative, of what the beans are, and that's how they have it split up. No beans if you live with relatives. If you live in public housing, you're spending 1 bean. If you share an apartment or housing with other people, you have 2 beans. If you rent, you are spending 3 beans. And if you buy a house, you're spending 4 beans. So that's all it's taking you through each scenario to say which one applies to you. Some of these won't apply to you. If you don't go out to the movies every month, it won't apply to you. Some of the scenarios I have, if you're not out needing furniture, it won't apply to you. So just choose. So many of you live at home with mom and dad, so here you would simply have no being spent on housing because of the fact that you live with mom and dad. So that's all this is. So go through all the different scenarios that they have there and choose which one applies to you and how many beans you utilize. So again, first you have it set up to have so many beans, 25, and then you go through the scenario again once you're unemployed. So that's all this is looking at each one of these areas, just like you would if you were out in the real world. If you live on your own, you have to pay for housing, you have to pay for furniture, you have to pay for entertainment, you have to pay for utilities, things like that. So it's just asking you how many beans, which are dollars, you're spending on those items. So literally go through each one, select which one applies to you, and it'll show you in beans which one applies to you. If you're sharing an apartment with friends, then you have spent 2 beans. So go through all the scenarios, add them up, and see where you fall. Your goal isn't to get under the 25, it's just to see how much you typically spend. I want to see if you come below that 25 or above that 25 or right at 25 typically, and then what happens in the event that you are unemployed. Go back and see with less beans. That is all. I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.